time. Come back when I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. My body is ready for this review. And today's episode of Gravitalk, the supervillain show where we review movies very incoherently and very hastily without any forethought. And on this episode, that movie that we will incoherently review is the latest blockbuster to be hastily splooged all over the silver screen. And today, that movie is Sin City, just like with us, colon, 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 something. Anyway, it's Sin City, a game to kill for. Yeah, from what I understood, it was originally called a game to kill, and then they changed it to a game to kill for. Yeah, I guess. I guess to make it sound less misogynistic, because this is written by a famous misogynist, Frank Miller. But don't tell him I said that, okay? He might get all angry for no reason because he's Frank Miller. So anyway, today I'm going to review this movie with someone who is an expert on Frank Miller, and who would be more of an expert on Frank Miller than a supervillain who has experience being directed by a Frank Miller. And today I have the octopus. Yes, I'm the octopus. I have 8 of everything. 8 guns, 8 dicks, 8 suits. Wait a minute. What was the one between the guns and the suits? 8 henchmen. Oh, okay. So anyway, thanks for being on the show, Mr. Octopus. Thanks for having me. When I told the producers that I wanted you on the show, they were at first were like, oh, he's too busy being dead after having a tiring experience possessing a Spider-Man. And I'm like, no, not Dr. Octopus, just the Octopus. I can see why there's a mistake right there. I can understand the confusion. Yes. So, now, you have had experience being in Frank Miller films because you were in The Spirit, which although it's not based on a Frank Miller work, it's written by Will Eisner, some guy who they named a trophy after, an award that has to do with comic books. Great, now people are gonna be like, oh, you're disrespecting the Will Eisner. If you disrespect him, that means you're disrespecting comic books everywhere. And I'm like, shut up. I'm from a comic book that you mean respecting of. But the point is that Sin City is based off of a work by him, but what makes it a Frank Miller film is that he directed the film. Is that correct? Yes, he directed my movie. It was the first movie that he directed by himself. Yes. You see, this was that was the first time he solo directed a film, but the first time he ever directed any film was Sin City, but that was with help. Yes. He would not have been able to do that without Robert Rodriguez. Yes, Robert Rodriguez. and different shows, because the difference between Sin City and 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 the Spirit is that the Spirit sucks.
Exactly. Other than that, it's completely the same, though.
Well, Sin City is an anthology series, and the Spirit is just a pile of shit.
Yes.
But yes, you see, it's weird because apparently Frank Miller, after having helped Robert Rodriguez directs the first Sin City film, I guess Frank Miller thought like, oh, this is easy. I can do it myself. I just have to do everything like the way I did with Robert in Sin City, this time by myself. So I'll make it black and white, just like the Sin City, and I'll make just a couple of things colored like red, just like Sin City, and I'll have a lot of excessive blood and whatnot, and nudity. But I'll make it more susceptible for audiences by making it PG-13. But other than that, it'll be just like Sin City, and only it'll be completely directed by me, and it'll be just as good as Sin City was, because Sin City was a masterpiece because of me. So this will be just as good. Oh, wait a minute, it wasn't, because it flopped and it was a really bad film and it failed. Oh no!
Yes. Apparently, uh, the reason why Sin City was good was not because of Frank Miller. It was because of Robert fucking motherfucking Rodriguez.
Yes. The reason why Sin City was so good is because not just Frank Miller was there to supply the backstories, because he's the one who created the original Sin City comic books, but it was because it was under the guidance of Robert Rodriguez, uh, who has experience doing these kind of things, and doing movies, with the experience that Frank Miller does not have, because the only experience Frank Miller has is writing comic books and motorboating in a couple of big movies.
Yeah, that's the only thing Frank Miller does. And also ranting about current politics.
Yep, just like Crazy Alan Moore, except not homeless. But anyway, also Alan Moore doesn't like the boobs, or does he? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Uh, his comic books did tend to be on the horny side. Never mind, they're exactly the same, except one's homeless and the other lives in a hat. Anyway, so now that we are done giving this a little introduction,
That took 8 motherfucking minutes long.
yes, this was a lot longer than it had to be. Let's just jump headfirst into the film by giving our initial thoughts. So, what were your first thoughts coming out of this film?
Well, my thoughts is that I thought it was good, but when you compare it to the first film, it's a piece of shit.
I see. What you're saying is that when you can't help but compare this to the first Sin City movie, and when you put them side by side next to each other, the first one is looks so great and spectacular and good that when you see the other one, it's just not as good. You just can't help but notice, like, yeah, this one isn't as good. I mean, yeah, last time I reviewed a movie, I had to talk about how it didn't do anything new for the sequel. Well, this one did, but was it enough to make it better than the first movie?
Well, you have to ask yourself if you have to ask yourself if sequels are supposed to be better than the first one.
Yeah. The thing is that a lot of people are like, okay, the sequel better be better than the first one if it wants to earn its admirability or credibility. But the thing is, I don't think you see sequels aren't meant to be better than the first one. They're just meant to be they're just meant to continue the story. Does that mean it'll be better than the first one? Will it be worse? Does that really matter as long as we get a good story out of the next one?
Well, it's not supposed to be shitty if the first one was really good, because then it makes the first one look real bad.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean that it ruins the memory you had the first one, because now when you think of the first one, you'll think, "Oh, this is so good," but it's too bad that it was ran into the ground for the second one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes, but the thing is that if a good movie has a less than stellar sequel, you can always focus on the good movie and watch it again. You don't have to watch the other one.
I guess not. But the point is that this movie in particular isn't bad.
No, I agree with you. It isn't bad. It's pretty okay.
Yes. But the thing is, if you compare it to the first one, it looks like a piece of shit.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good if you think about the first one. But I guess we should be explaining what the first one is. Okay, now if you're asking what is Sin City, then I will tell you this: it's kind of like Pulp Fiction, except more artsy fartsy.
Yes. More artsy fartsy.
Yes, you see, like the Pulp Fiction and Sin City have a lot of common. They're both anthology films, which means they're one regular sized film made up of a bunch of shorter films, like short films, shorts that are put together to form one big ass movie called an anthology movie, and that's what Pulp Fiction is like. But also like Pulp Fiction, these little short stories, are connected to each other. They all take place in the same continuity.
Yes. And also like Pulp Fiction, they both they both are non-linear.
Yes, some like one person is got killed at the end of one short story, and then two short stories later, oh, he's still alive again. What the hell?
Because it's out of order.
Yes, it's out of order. That's how both films are. And another thing that makes them similar is they both have a lot of blood and violence and guts and boobies and nudity and naked foot goodness.
Yes. But do you know what Pulp Fiction has that makes it better than Sin City?
What? The Oscar?
No. Me!
Oh, yes, it has Samuel L. Jackson in it. But you're not Samuel L. Jackson. You're just a character played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, and I guess you're not that Harry Potter, that teacher from Harry Potter that had Voldemort in the back of his head.
Man, people are going to be very confused unless they do their research. Anyway, so anyway, this new film decided to follow the same formula as the first film. You know, the basic premise of a whole bunch of just short stories that are connected to each other, that are non-linear, and we see, characters, pop up in each story and whatnot. But sometimes if you do that where you follow a template, it's going to be very bland, or not bland, but predictable. And like if you try when it comes to sequels, if you try to make it too much like the other one, it's not gonna. We're gonna notice that you're trying to follow the same template as first one, and then we're gonna not be surprised.
Yes, just like how you are with the Expendable 3.
Yeah, but the thing with that one is that they basically did a carbon copy of the first two. With this, however, they do things different. I said do, but they follow the same format of, a bunch of stories that connect to each other.
People probably think that we hate this movie.
No, we don't. We're just talking about the bad stuff. But there are good stuff, like how differently they do it. Like there are some creative, there are some creative uh, improvements here, creatively. You know, like how some of the stories take place before other stories in the first one, and some take place after.
Yeah, but it gets really confusing sometimes because after watching this movie, you're just like spending a whole bunch of time inside of your head trying to figure out what happened before this one. Like how do you rearrange this into a timeline? It's going to be really hard to figure that out.
Yeah, like it was hard enough with the first one when you were like, okay, so if this thing happened, then this short story must take place after this short story, but not before that short story. But when you add this movie into it with a whole bunch of more complicated short stories taking place throughout this Sin City timeline, now it makes it even more difficult to pinpoint to decide where things go in the timeline, like how to arrange all of these shorts to make it linear.
Yeah, especially with the plot holes in this.
Yeah, there's some errors in here that makes it difficult. That makes it even more difficult before because you're like, wait a minute, what the hell? There's two major plot holes in here. Now they're not plot holes within the film, but when you watch the first film and then watch this one, yeah, they're kind of glaring. Like you're like, what the hell? And we will mention those two plot points when we get to them.
And when are we gonna get to them?
We're gonna get to them when we get to them, and when we get to them is right now, when we break down the plot.
All right, I've got 8 clothes that I'm gonna wear throughout this here review.
Okay, are you gonna get naked and then put your clothes on? Because I can't accept black nudity. Not because I'm racist, but because like it's scary seeing a giant black penis.
No, I'm just gonna do it all of a sudden, like in the shadows, like my comic book counterpart, that I am nothing like because I never hide my face.
Yes, you are a very inaccurate interpretation of the comic book version of the octopus. But anyway, let's get to it then. Let's review this movie.
All right.
So, we start the movie with a whole bunch of dramatic looking logos, and then we immediately jump into the movie all of a sudden.
Yep. All of a sudden.
Jesus Christ! I already had to do. This is another thing that makes it kind of like the Expendables. Is that with the Expendables, it also began with it just pushed you right into it, just jumped right into the action. And so does this. Like we're right in the middle of Marv, aka Whiplash, aka Mickey Mouse Rourke, and Mickey Mouse Rourke is like right in the middle of being in a car crash. Like there's a glass everywhere. There's this big ass car crash, and he falls into the snow, and he's like, wait a minute, where the hell am I? What was I doing? I could have swore I was doing something.
We all had all those days before.
Yeah, there's been times where I'm just like, I could have sworn I was about to do something. What was I doing? And that's what Mickey Rourke is doing there right now. So Mickey Mouse Rourke is like, what the hell am I doing in this car crash? I got to jog my memory by going to a stripper bar. So he goes to the stripper bar, which is a very familiar place if you watch the first movie, because this stripper bar is like the main place in the films. It's like the place where people go to take a break from the plot, and they're like, "Wow, this short story I'm doing is really intense. I got to go take a break from it, so I'm gonna go to this stripper joint."
Yes, very, very beautiful stripper joint.
Yes, and it's here where he gets his memory, where he still tries to figure out what the hell he's trying to remember. We see the invisible woman, but she's not visible, and she's no longer invisible woman. That position has been taken over by the chick from Transcendence. Anyway, so her we will not call her Invisible Woman. That title has been stripped away from her, along with other articles of clothing, because she is a stripper, and instead she will be just referred to as what the hell is her name? Jessica Alba. I could have sworn I remembered it first, and then I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember her either.
Yeah, she's very forgettable. Sorry, Jessica. Well, I mean, I know you're hot and all, but be more rememberable. So anyway, so he's just sitting in the bar, and we decide to get the Frank Miller cameo out of the way. And he's drinking with Frank Miller, and then Frank Miller's like, "Okay, bye. I'm gonna go back to directing this movie because apparently I'm good at that, even though I've proven that I am not with your movie, Mr. Octopus."
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm glad you're accepting the fact that your movie sucks.
Whatever.
Okay, so after that, Mickey Rourke leaves the stripper joint, and he sees a bunch of people mugging an innocent person, and they're about to put him on fire. But Mickey Mouse Rourke is like, no, no, don't do that. Even though I am also as much of an asshole as you, pick on someone your own size, which is not me because I'm bigger than you, little teeny tiny twix. And but they fight him anyway, and they beat his ass up, and what was I saying? And so they beat his ass up, and one of them calls him Bernini, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" So now Mickey Rourke has decided to no longer do the thing that he was trying to remember, and instead focus on solving the great mystery as to why this guy called him Bernini. So he goes on an epic chase to chase these guys down to solve the mystery of why he's named Bernini, and he goes to a certain part of the Sin City town, and he gets the help of these unseen people. Who the hell are they?
Maybe they're the visual anti super strippers from the first movie.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps, but we don't know. All we know is that they're on the side of Mickey Mouse work. So they throw arrows to these boys, and Mickey Mouse work finally gets to solve the mystery as to why this boy called him Bernini. It's because that's the name of the brand of jacket. Hooray! He solved the mystery, and he kills the boy. But 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 now Mickey Mouse work has to try to remember what was he doing before.
And do we find out?
Nope. Because all of that was just to be the cold opening for the movie. Because as we pan out, we see that the Sin City is shaped like a giant title sequence for Sin City, a game to kill for.
Oh, so we never find out what he was trying. What? So we never find out what he forgot about doing.
Yep, but we still see him throughout the movie.
That's weird. I thought even though in the first one, uh, they were all connected. You better saw anybody in each short film in each short story. It's like you only saw cameos from other people in their short stories.
Yeah, yeah. If someone was the star of one short story, they would only get to cameo in the others. But here, Mickey Mouse work is like a major player in all of the short stories.
Huh. I guess they were trying to capitalize on him since he's like kind of like the poster boy for the Sin City.
Yeah, probably because he got to be on it's just some random guys videos, and they're like, oh, let's make him the star. Let's put him in all of these shorts and give him like an extended, give him a major role in all of them.
So I like Mickey Rock.
Yeah, I do too. I'm okay with that. So anyway, uh, so now that we got the title sequence out of the way, let's begin the actual movie. And who we begin this movie with?
Jiggle,
What?
jiggle.
Jiggle? No, I will not jiggle for you.
No, I mean Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, wait, why did you refer to Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiggle?
Because it's a very long ass name and I don't have the time to pronounce it all. So instead, I call him Jiggle because like tell me his initials.
Okay, it's JGL. Oh, now I get it.
That's right. If you spell out his initials, you get something that sounds like Jiggle.
Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. That's going to be a great time saver.
Good.
All right then. So Jiggle is a the Jiggle has moved to Sin City for vacation. Well, he hasn't moved. He's come here to for as a trip, a field trip, and he's come to Sin City because Sin City is basically like Las Vegas if it had sex with New York and then they aborted the baby, and this is the aborted fetus. Sin City, the aborted baby of Las Vegas and New York City. So anyway, it's the ideal place for him to go on vacation at, and so he's from the country or something, and he gets to be the narrator in this one. Yeah, I can't help but notice there's a lot of female characters in the Sin City films, and yet none of them get to be a narrator.
Don't worry. Have patience. It'll come soon.
Okay. So anyway, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the narrator in this one. He has come to get lucky. Yes, he's up all night to get done. He's all night for some fun. He's up all night to get lucky. He's up all night to get lucky. He's up all night to get lucky. He's up all night get lucky. He's up all night to get lucky. We've come so far.
Get to the review now.
Sorry, I was in the zone. Okay, never mind. So anyway, so the first place he goes to is the stripper joint.
Yay, we get to go back there again.
Yep, it's like the HQ for the Sin City films. And at this stripper joint, we see a lot of interaction from the other characters, like Jessica Alba is there, and Mickey Mouse Rourke is there, and Bruce Willis, and
Wait up, goddamn minute.
what?
Bruce Willis. He died in the other one. and he never.
So, these short films may either take place before or after the original films.
Yeah, Bruce Willis only met Jessica Alba for a few minutes, and then he died. How could he be here?
Well, now hold on 1 minute. They explain it.
Oh,
Yes. You see, we see the guy we see the evil crime lord uh Powers Booth walk into the scene. He was the villain of the first. We wasn't a villain. He was a villain in the first one. He was the father of the Yellow Bastard.
ah, Yellow Bastard. I was colleagues with him in a long time ago.
Yeah, he's a good friend of the show. I ought to bring him some time. Although he is a rapist, so that kind of takes away points. You clean up your act. This is a classy show. No rapists. We'll. Then again, some of the guys I have in the show have done things a little bit worse than that. But you know what? Some people think there's nothing worse than rape. I don't want to get into this argument. This is good. This has gotten really too weird.
So we're reviewing Sin City. Nothing we say here beats whatever whatever Sin City dishes out.
True, true. So anyway, Powers Booth is walking around. He's like, "Oh yeah, everybody respects me because I could get you killed." And he goes to the back, and it's during this time that Jessica Stripper Alba takes out her gun. And to everyone else, it seems like it's just a part of the act, but really, she's contemplating over killing him. And and uh, and Bruce Willis is like, no, don't avenge me.
Oh, so that's why he's here.
Yep, he's a ghost.
Ah, at least in this one, he actually knows he's a ghost.
Yeah, and this time we don't have to be spoiled that he's a ghost. We immediately know, like, yeah, he's a ghost.
Yes.
So anyway, uh, so So, uh, so Jessica Alba decides not to kill Powers Booth, and then Bruce Willis is like, okay, now that we're done teasing the final short of this movie, let's go on to this one about Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Not Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Jiggle.
Yes, Jiggle. So Jiggle makes friends with a lady who looks like who looks like a full grown Annie, and you know, with curly hair. She looks like a teenage Juno Temple. So anyway, teenage Juno Temple wait a minute, why am I saying Juno Temple? I mean Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Shirley Temple.
Sorry, although Juno Temple is in the film, but somewhere else. Anyway, so he makes friends with one of the cute, adorable looking strippers, and he makes her his lucky charm. You old Frank Miller objectifying women. Yo, Frank Miller, yeah, Frank Miller. So anyway, so anyway he proves that she is a lucky charm because he keeps gambling and he keeps winning. He keeps winning all these coins from the slot machines, and then he's like, I'm so lucky with this lucky lady. Like I could totally win having a poker game with that there crime lord. And one of the more authoritative strippers is like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, honey. But he tries his luck. He goes to the poker game and he plays with the Powers Booth.
And he wins.
Yep, he wins because he's all like he's all good with the cards and whatnot, and he wins. He takes all the money from Powers Booth, and he goes with with the Lucky Charm lady,
They're after me, Lucky Charms.
and they go out in the town and get luckier with other things. You know, they do that classic noir thing where they're walking in the middle and you see signs going around and whatnot.
Yeah, very cliche.
Yeah, but they're doing an homage for that.
They did in the first one.
Yes, but they just stopped them from doing it in this one. So anyway, after spending the whole night getting lucky,
We're all really gonna fun. We're all right for the sun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We have to.
okay, sorry. I gotta stop breaking into that song. It's just so damn good. Oh. So anyway, uh, but then their lucky night gets interrupted by people who work for Power's booth. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like go to a hotel, Lucky Charm. Go to that hotel and keep yourself safe. It's not like you could totally get murdered, even though this is a movie partly directed by an accused misogynist. Yeah, surely you won't get killed. So Lucky Charm goes hide, and Joseph Gordon Levitt has to face the crime lord again, Powers Booth, and then Powers Booth is like and then Powers Booth is all like what did Mickey Rourke tell you about your father? And Jiggle says he told me you killed him, and then Powers Booth is like, no, I am your father, and Jiggle goes, no, it can't be true. That's impossible. And then Powers Booth he's all like, assert your feelings. You know it to be true. And whatnot.
Well, that's not exactly how it went.
It did in my head because it was basically like that. Anyway, the only difference is that instead of wanting him to rule the world with him, Powers Booth uh, disowns him. He's like, I had you. You're a condom baby. You were an accident. I was more proud of the deformed yellow guy than I am of you. Yeah, patooey. Also, I'm gonna break your hand. Crack, crack, crack. Oh, my lucky hand. I used it to gamble and masturbate with. So he fucks him up real bad and leaves him. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like I'll be redeemed in the next. I'll be redeemed the next time I show up in this movie. But first, let's have a short starring Josh Brolin. Brolin, something.
You gotta stop breaking into songs.
Don't worry. Someday, just someday, I mark my words, there will be a musical about this. About me. And will be called Grava Singing. I'm gonna work on that. So anyway, uh, moving on, let's move on to the next short. And this one, as I've said, is about Josh Brolin. And Josh Brolin is a spy. He's like a detective spy. He takes pictures. He's kind of like he's like an investigative photographer. He's kind of like Peter Parker if Peter Parker was like a dick because this guy does it for blackmailing purposes and lawyers like if someone thinks that their spouse is fucking someone, they hire Josh Brolin to find proof of it.
So basically, he's like an investigator.
Yes, an investigator for the Jerry Springer Maury Povich show. Maury Povich show. But anyway, the point is that he's spying on this guy who's doing some SMN 50 Shades of Grey shit on this young woman, and he's got handcuffs. And oh, by the way, this young woman, this is Juno Temple, not the other one. That was some other person. Anyway, so after violently banging Juno Temple, this married man decides, you know what? Since you're handcuffed, I'm gonna take advantage of the opportunity, and I'm gonna shoot you with this gun. And Josh Brolin is like, nope. And he jumps from the window where he had been taking the pictures like Superman. Da 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 da. So he beats up this man, and Juno Temple is like, kill him. But Josh Brolin is like, no, no, no. I don't kill anybody. If you want killing, watch the other shorts in this movie. So he handcuffs the man to the bed, and he lets Juno Temple go away to Hooker Land, Hooker Kingdom, the kingdom of the hookers.
You know, I can't help but notice that they treat hookers like it's a sub race of people, like it's a race of humans.
Because they are, and they deserve equal rights just like everyone else. The more you know. So anyway, so he goes to the stripper joint.
Because everybody goes to that same stripper joint.
Yes, and we see more cameos from the other characters, and it is here where he meets his ex-girlfriend, Eva Green.
Didn't you see her in a previous movie?
Yes, I saw her in a previous movie, and there's a lot of coincidences, and I'll get to those coincidences. But first, we see Eva Green telling Josh Brolin that she wants to get back together with him, and he's like, "No, no, I won't. No, no." And she's like, "Okay, suit yourself, then. I'm going to be escorted back by the Allstate guy."
Ah, yes, the Allstate guy who wears a weird get up that makes him look like a Nazi.
Well, you dress up as a Nazi, and you're black too, just like him.
Good point. I shouldn't point fingers.
Yes. The more you know. So anyway, as you can tell, the Allstate guy is supposed to be replacing Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yes, a moment of silence for Michael Clark Duncan. Okay, that was too silent. Anyway, so the Allstate guy, he's now Michael Clark Duncan, and he's like, I have to take you back to your home now, Eva Green. So she's like, okay, and Josh Brolin is like, good. I don't want to see you ever again. Never, never. And he's driving in his fast car on the side of the road, like, I don't need her. I don't need her. I don't need her. I definitely don't need her. I need her. So he goes to her place, to this big ass mansion, and he goes spying on her, and then he's caught by the Allstate guy's henchman, and the henchman is like, stop doing that, pervert. Stop taking pictures of her naked.
Let's talk about her being naked.
Okay, fine, pervert. Yes, Eva Green is naked, just like she was in the 300 sequel.
You know, it's weird. This is the second time this year that she's been butt naked in a sequel to a Frank Miller film that she was not in.
Yes, this is the second time that she's been a sequel to a film she was not in. That's based on a work by Frank Miller, and that she's naked in it. And also another thing, but we'll get to that later. The point is, so they put a lot of focus, and they're like, hey, Eva Green is naked in the scene. She's naked. Did you know she's naked? Did I mention that she's naked? Because she's naked. She's naked. Here's her naked butt and everything. Naked. So after constantly reminding us that Eva Green allows nudity in her clause, in her contract, naked, uh, Josh Brolin is kicked out of the mansion, and he goes to his home, and he's like, I don't need her, and he opens the door, and oh, there she is, naked, because they have to constantly remind us that hey, look, we're taking advantage of the fact that Eva Green allows nudity in her contract. Look, more naked of her, naked, 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 naked Eva Green, naked, all the time.
So, what's wrong with Naked Eva Green?
Well, nothing. It's just that doesn't it seem kind of excessive?
Dude, this is Frank Miller.
Good point. Thanks for reminding me. So anyway, after showing more of Eva Green naked, she's like, "You know you want me, Josh Brolin," and we're like, "Dude, dummy, go take her." So he does. They have sex, and but then she's like, "Psych! I'm gonna throw you off of this building." No, no, wait a minute. No, wait, I'm not going to do it. The Allstate guy is going to. So Allstate throws naked Josh Brolin out of the building into the street, and we see Josh Brolin's naked body, and we get to finally answer the question: what does Thanos look like naked? And now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yes. Uh, but you have to imagine it purple.
Yeah, that's the only difference. So anyway, Eva Green is taken back to the mansion, but but before this happens, she tells uh, Brolin that she's being abused by her spouse, by her husband. So so you know, she needs him to kill him. So 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 Josh Brolin puts on his clothes, and with the help of Mickey Mouse Rourke, gotta milk that opportunity with Marv in the movie, don't we? So Brolin and Marv go to the mansion, and they do a lot of more violence, killing people left and right, and we finally get to know the origin behind uh, the All-State guy's golden eye.
Yep, it turns out it was Marv who removed it.
Yep, Marv was the one who took it out. Now, if only they can explain why the All-State guy, how the All-State guy metamorphosized into Michael Clark Duncan.
Some things we are never meant to know.
Yeah, that's deep, man. That's deep. So we, sorry, changing weathers and whatnot. Sorry. So anyway, so as Marv is going around killing people and taking out their organs and whatnot, uh, Josh Brolin finally gets to meet the abusive spouse, and he kills him. Well, he wasn't because he was abusive. He was trying to kill Eva Green, but it turns out that Eva Green tells him, like, "Nope, that guy didn't try to kill me. I was trying to kill him, and now you did it for me. Thank you. Now I'm gonna pin the death on you."
Isn't that the same plan as the villain from the Three Stooges movie?
Wait, you saw that piece of shit?
I sure did.
Okay. So anyway, after achieving her plan of, you know, after achieving her plan of the same one from the villain of the Three Stooges movie, she calls the cops on him, and he has to run away. And she tells not Commissioner Gordon about it.
Yeah, he tells a guy who looks kind of like Commissioner Gordon, except not.
Just like the one in the Gotham TV show. Oh, boom! Oh, burn! Oh. So anyway, uh, so as Marv, who took the Allstate guy's hat, takes Josh Brolin, who now looks like Two-Face, Harvey Dent, except when Harvey Dent was all fucked up, with the fucked up eye, and he takes them to. Can you guess who he takes them to? You mentioned them earlier.
Oh, finally, the visual anti-strippers.
Yes, he takes them to the visual anti-prostitutes, and and they're all dressed up and stuff. They're like crime fighters. They're like scantily clad superheroes. Like one is dressed up like Zorro, and Rosario Dawson is there. And apparently she has phases because in the first movie, her phase was like, "Oh, today I feel like dressing up. Like I feel like wearing nothing but belts all over my body." But in this movie, she's like, "You know what? This time I'm gonna dress up like a gimp themed luchador." And the gimp themed luchador recognizes Josh Brolin and takes him in, and they raise him back to health. And she's got all her honeys with them, like the Goldie twins and Miho, the samurai prostitute chick. And during this time, we see that not Commissioner Gordon has fallen for Eva Green, and this gives us the chance to see Eva Green naked, of course, again.
Which is very good for us.
Yep, and we get this whole unnecessary subplot about this not Commissioner Gordon, being corrupted because he's a married man, but he's boning Eva Green, and he's like, "Oh, this is corrupting me. I'm corrupted now. I'm going to kill my partner and then myself because I love Eva Green." Yep, and that just shows how powerful Eva Green is. Not only does she kill people, but she kills them by having sex with them, and that causes them to kill themselves. That's how powerful her evil vengeance is, her evil will and power and whatnot. Black Widow, baby!
You listen to a lot too much current music. You gotta get your mind back up into shape.
Sorry. My mind is deteriorating. So anyway, meanwhile, Josh Brolin is getting his health back, and 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 he and he's trying to, he's trying to get surgery for his face because the last time we saw his face, it was all fucked up. It was like with the big ass round eye out and whatnot. So he gets all mummified, and he looks like Hush, the Batman villain. A very good guy, like him a lot. Anyway, he looks like Hush, and he interrogates people to find out a way to get into the mansion, and he does that by having plastic surgery to look like a completely different person. Completely different. He looks completely different, and but then he is immediately found out, so thus rendering that facial reconstruction pointless. So, so anyway, he's found out, and he has a gunfight, a Mexican standoff between the States guy and and Eva Green. Meanwhile, the vigilante prostitutes are also having their own standoff with the henchmen, and Miho is using her big ass sword to cut these guys, making them bleed all white and whatnot, and decapitations and all stuff, and as for Josh Brolin, well, Eva Green at first shoots down the Allstate guy, just shoots him down.
Yeah, and that causes a continuity error.
Yes, because as we said before, the Allstate guy is the same character as Michael Clark Duncan. It's the same person because, they're both big and black and they have the same name and same outfit looking like a Nazi, and they both have a golden eye. Golden eye. I don't think there's a Bond song like that. But the point is that that's supposed to be the same character. But he gets gunned down by Eva Green, and they don't show him getting back up. So that's the first error that this movie has. We told you there's two continuity errors that makes it kind of fuzzy between this one and this first one. And this is the first error. Is that wait a minute? If the big black golden eye guy died in this one, then how come he came back in the other one? Because in that one, he also dies at the end of the short.
Yep, continuity error.
Yes, and we'll get to the other one later. But this one was the big one. The other one is a little bit more trivial, but this was the major one. Like, how the hell did this guy die twice? Anyway, so Eva Green is like, hey, let's make out again. And Jeff Brolin is like, nope, not this shit again. Boom, shoot you dead. Let's make out, Rosario Dawson. Okay.
Yeah, so that ends that short. What's the next short?
Well, Octopus, the next short is a continuation of the Jiggle short.
Yay, more jiggle.
So this picks off right where we left Jiggle.
Yeah, jiggle.
Yes, and he's still on the street, and he's all fucked up, and his hand is all crackled in different places, and it's too bad he's not like Nebula, who can just snap it right back into place. So he goes to a doctor, and can you guess which doc it is?
Doc Brown?
Yep, it's Doc Brown, the Christopher Lloyd. And Christopher Lloyd has reprised his role as Doc Brown, only this time he's no longer a scientist type doctor. He's a medical type doctor. Well, a discount medical type doctor. Because he only accepts a little bit of change and shoes from Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So he plucks out a bullet and he snaps Joseph Levitt's hand back into place, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt leaves, and Christopher Lloyd is like,
don't forget, Christopher Lloyd. The future is what you make of it. Oh, great Scott! Why he doesn't say that?
Yeah, I'm improvising. So anyway, bye, Chris Lloyd, and hello, the Lucky Charm girl. They're always after me, Lucky Charms, and so Jiggle looks for the Lucky Charm girl at the hotel that he told her to hide at, and she's dead.
Yep, she's been cut into pieces.
Yep, he looks for her, and then he finds a little bit of her over there, and then a little bit of her over here, and some of her over behind the bed, and he's like, oh shit! Oh no! How could this happen? How could this happen? She was my lucky charm. And then he goes back to the casino to get more money, not before stopping at a diner to be served by Lady Gaga, who gives him a dollar that he trades for a coin that he gambles and gets a whole bunch of more coins, causing Mickey Rourke to get his umpteenth cameo. And then Jiggle goes to Power's booth, gambles some more, wins again. Power's booth is like, that's it, I'm not going to repeat what happens afterwards. And Jiggle is like, come on, man. You know it, that I will win every single time. I don't need my broken ass hand that has been put back together with Doc Brown's popsicle sticks. I'm lucky. I don't need that Lucky Charm girl, even though I was really sad about her death. I can do this without her. I'm lucky. And then and then Power's booth is like, not so lucky anymore because I shot you, you're dead.
Yep, very bleak ending to this particular short.
Yep, kinda depressing. Except for the Lady Gaga cameo. That was awesome. I was born this way. I was born this way. I'm on the right track, baby, giving money to Jekyll. So anyway, uh, that brings us to our very last short of the movie.
Yep, and this time it's narrated by a chick.
Yep, it's narrated by Jessica Alba. Yay! Finally, we get one narrated by a woman.
Yeah, but only for a few seconds. Then the rest is narrated by Bruce Willis's motherfucking ghost.
Yeah, that was fun while it lasted. Anyway, so this one is Jessica. This one takes place right. This one takes place sometime after the last short from the other one. You know, the climax short that involved Yellow Bastard and Bruce Willis from the other movie. So Bruce Willis has been dead for a while now, and his ghost has been haunting Jessica Alba. Ooh. Ooh.
Yep, apparently it's his actual ghost because she has no idea he's there, so it's not a hallucination.
Yep, that's his actual ghost haunting her.
Yeah, but he doesn't mean to haunt her. He's just trying to make her feel better.
Yep, but she's not taking it. She's like, how could you commit suicide? How could you do that? That is awful. You were a coward. You left me by myself. I hate you. Suicide is horrible. I can't believe you did that. Anyone who does suicide is a dick.
Really bad timing.
Yeah, that was bad timing due to current issues. I just want to let the people know that the views and reflects on the Sin City does not reflect the views from us here at Graviton. May you rest in peace, Genie slash Mrs. Doubtfire slash Bicentennial Man. Anyway, back to the movie and getting out of this depressing business. Uh, anyway, so back to this movie. Jessica Alba is really pissed at the ghost of Bruce Willis and is even more pissed at Powers Booth for being the one who indirectly caused Bruce Willis to kill himself. So she wants revenge against him, and it reflects that she gets drunk and while she's dancing at the stripper joint, but nobody notices because everybody is drunk at the stripper joint, and she's going through this goth phase. She's cut off her hair and whatnot, and Mickey Mouse Rourke is noticing that something's up with her, and she realizes that I just realized something. The only way I can finally be a protagonist of one of these Sin City short stories is if I mutilate my face.
Yeah, every protagonist of Sin City, of a Sin City short, uh, has a disfigurement on the face.
Yep. Jessica Alba scrapes her face with broken mirror shards, and she scrapes her face just to stitch it back up. Now she looks like Frankenstein's bride, and she's all and she's like, hey Marv, now I'm like you. I'm all goth now. I'm like a biker chick with spiky ass leather and short black hair and stitches all over my face.
Yeah, but this causes the second continuity error we were talking about.
Yep. And gentlemen, we have been brought to the second major big ass continuity error that breaks apart the continuity between this one and the other film. And it comes to my attention that there is a third continuity error, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's cover this one real quick.
Yeah.
So, Mickey Rourke is alive in this one. Marv is alive in this short.
Yep.
But in one of the shorts of the first movie, he dies at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
And right before he dies in that, he meets up with with Jessica Alba one more time. And how does Jessica Alba look at that?
Not a single scratch on her face.
Yep, she looks exactly the way she did before she got into this emo phase. She had long blonde hair, her face had not a single scratch on it, and on this, her face is all fucked up and stuff.
Maybe she went to the plastic surgeon, the same one that Josh Brolin went into.
Yep, the one that made him look completely different, but not different enough to look like the original actor from the first movie. And that is the second major. That is the second major ass continuity error, or third continuity error. The first is that the is that Manute is his name. Manute. The first continuity error is that Manute is dead in this movie and also dies in the first movie. That's the first continuity error. Is that he dies in one and is alive in the other? What the hell? The second one is that Josh Brolin is supposed to play a character that is played by a different actor in the first movie, and we think like, oh well, maybe now that has plastic surgery, he'll look like he'll look like the original actor from the first one, which is Clive Owen. So anyway, Clive Owen Wilson, but he doesn't. So what the hell is up with that?
Maybe he had a third surgery.
Yeah, whatever. Let's stop trying to justify this. Anyway, so the third big ass continuity error, is that Jessica Alba gets all Scarface on this, but it turns out in the other one, in the previous movie where we see Marv about to die, she doesn't look like that.
Oh well.
Yeah, let's just let bygones be bygones. I will tolerate you you plot holes, but don't come back now. You hear? Okay, goodbye, plot holes. So anyway, now that the badassification has completed for Jessica Alba, she and Mickey Rourke go to a go to Powers Booth's place, and Mickey Rourke does what he does best, beating up all the henchmen, and Jessica Alba goes into the office of Powers Booth and is about to shoot him, but he shoots her, and as he's about to shoot her, the ghost of Bruce Willis appears. Ooh! And Powers Booth gets scared, giving Jessica Alba the chance to shoot Powers Booth and finally kill him.
Yeah, but they didn't give. But this was the one chance for Jessica Alba to be the hero of a story. You know, to be the protagonist and be the one to defeat the villain. But it wasn't. It was Bruce Willis.
Well, to be fair, it was a team effort. It was both the ghost of Bruce Willis and Jessica Alba taking out Powers Booth.
Yeah, but it should have been Jessica Alba all the way.
Oh well, I guess they thought she couldn't handle it all, so they put in Bruce Willis's ghost.
Oh, whatever. So anyway, let's get back to the movie.
Well, there's no movie left.
What?
Yep. After she shoots him, they pan out, or they zoom out to show the city being shaped like Sin City logo again. And that's it. Credits, rock song, movie over.
Oh man.
Yep, the movie is over now, and it's completely done. So, overall thoughts.
Where do I begin? Uh, this movie had a lot of potential, but didn't use it properly.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool people in here. like Strax from Doctor Who with round glasses showed up, Lady Gaga, uh, Rob Zombie as a biker, but they didn't use them.
Maybe Strax with the glasses will show up in the next movie.
Yeah, he seemed like he would be a major character because he's all deformed his head is shaped like a giant, the head of a giant ass penis. But they didn't do anything with Mr. Penis Head with the glasses. He was just there making a deal with Eva Green and then never showing up again. It's like Jesus Christ, you think you have a major part to play in this, like the Dick Tracy villains. He looks like a Dick Tracy villain, but they didn't do anything with him. And that's the thing is that this movie had a lot of potential to be just as good, if not better, than the first movie, but they didn't, they didn't take it up. They didn't make. I'm trying to use my words.
What you're trying to say is that they didn't bring it to its full potential. They didn't. They didn't take advantage of everything they had. It had potential, but they didn't bring it up to what it could have done.
Yeah, it couldn't live up to all the potential it had. They didn't use everything they could have, and because of that, we saw a lot of cool stuff that could have been used but wasn't, and 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 at least they do use that noir feel to their advantage. Although the first one did that pretty well, so seeing it used again here is less surprising.
Yeah, I love me some noir, neo noir.
Yeah, all stylistic and black and white. Although I can never understand why some blood is red and why other blood is white. Wait. Well, why? Is there rules? Like, do the good people have red blood and the bad people have white blood? Or is it only blood? Is it only red if it's on your face or something? Yeah, I don't get that.
Also, some people are colored and others aren't.
Yes, yeah, like the Allstate guy.
No, I don't mean colored as in black. I mean literally colored.
Oh yeah, like everything is black and white except for particular characters or particular things. Rosario Dawson's gimp themed superhero get up is colored, and the Lucky Charm girl is colored, but other things aren't. Like, what's the reason for that? What's the reason?
I have no idea.
What we're saying is that the first movie was used to its full potential. This one, not so much. But does that mean that this one is not worth watching by itself? Well, let's find out by rating it.
Okay?
So, yeah, Mr. Octopus, do you think that that the the viewers at home should either watch this movie or get decapitated by a sexy prostitute samurai?
I think that if they have seen the first Sin City movie, then then get decapitated by that samurai. But if they have not seen the first Sin City movie, then sure, why not watch the movie? But just remember that if you watch the first movie, you're gonna regret not being decapitated by the samurai because you will be reminded how awesome this one is and how better it is than this new movie.
Yes, and I agree. Overall, if you have seen Sin City movie though, why not? Sure, watch this one instead of getting decapitated by a samurai prostitute. But, however, um, however, try your best not to think of the first movie too much, because then you'll be reminded how awesome that one is and how this one is weak compared to it. But if you view it on its own as its own piece, it's not that bad. It's pretty alright. It's good. The first movie is awesome because it's like a love letter to classic noir films while putting a modern spin on it. But this one is okie dokie.
Alright, okie dokie.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, when the hell do the censored movies take place?
Yeah, I was thinking that. It looks like they're trying to take place in the 40s, but or is that just because they are a homage to the 40s films? When do you take place?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wait a minute. Why is there a maze here?
Because it's to go with the theme of the next movie I'm gonna watch.
That's not for a while.
Yeah, that's because the summer movie season is over. I had a lot of fond memories this movie season. A lot of crazy fucked up shit happened. A lot of movies were reviewed by me and my associates. The Blob started his spin-off. I had a mental breakdown and got replaced temporarily and then came back. And a whole bunch of other stuff happened. I even had a heated debate against a giant alien scorpion thing.
Wow. A lot of things happened this summer.
Yeah, but also a lot of deaths happened too. So we're gonna end this a little different than the others, since this is the end of the summer movie season. The classic tradition of releasing a whole bunch of badass blockbuster films. We are going to now show a tribute of all those who we have lost in the movies. Roll it!
So I just show myself out?
Yep.
But what about that maze?
You can figure it out. You're Sam motherfucking Jackson.
Thanks for the inspiration. I'm just gonna climb over if you don't mind.
Okay. If you want to do it the not fun way.